Hi, I'm Chef Amy Riolo with Harris Teeter. Today we're making carrot, parsnip, and sweet potato soup. To begin, we'll need olive oil, onions, carrots, parsnips, low salt vegetable stock, sweet potatoes, fresh parsley, fresh thyme, non-fat yogurt, drained in a colander over a bowl. I've preheated my pan over medium-high heat, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of olive oil. And then I'm just going to swerve my pan so that coats the bottom. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my onions and get them all covered in olive oil. And then we'll let them saute for about 5 minutes over medium heat. And then we'll come back and add in our carrots and parsnips. So now our onions are finished sauteing. You can see how they've got that nice, beautiful golden color. And I'm going to go ahead and add in our carrots. These are the rest of our aromatics for this recipe. And parsnips. And now we're going to let all three of these saute together for about 10 minutes. When we come back, we're going to add in the rest of our ingredients. So now our parsnips and our carrots have finished browning along with our onions. And this is the perfect stage when we want to go ahead and add in our sweet potatoes. And then I'm going to add in about 28 ounces of vegetable stock. And you could use water if you wanted, but I'm going to make sure and use a low sodium stock. The low sodium is wonderful because then we can control the amount of sodium that we're eating. So now that we've got all of our vegetables in, I'm going to go ahead and turn my heat up to high, bring this up to a boil, and we'll add in just the chopped thyme that I already have, and also the parsley. So now that our soup has come up to a boil, I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat down to medium-low, let it simmer, we'll cover it, and when we come back, we can put it in our food processor and puree it. Now our carrot, parsnip, and sweet potato soup has finished cooking. Now what I'm going to do is take about half of the soup and transfer it over here into my food processor. And you could do the whole thing if you wanted a really creamy, velvety soup, but I kind of like half and half because then you get a little bit of a creamy texture, but at the same time you still have whole chunks in your soup and you can tell what's in it. Because we just put the hot soup in and we're noticing we get a lot of steam coming out, we always want to make sure and remove this center piece when we process our soup, and that way it won't cause the lid to burst off. So now we can pulse on and off. Now I'm just going to turn the processor to on. So we can see now the smooth and creamy base that we have for this soup. And you can imagine serving it like this. It would be great. So I'm going to go ahead and just spoon this right down into my soup pot. And then I'm just going to stir everything together. And then I'm going to go ahead and transfer back to my spoon. And you remember we had the yogurt, which we were straining over a colander. So I'm going to go ahead and stir that right in. You can see how the soup just really turns color and becomes a very rich golden hue. That's exactly what we want. And there you have our carrot, parsnip, and sweet potato soup. Enjoy.